My name's Mike Elam. I'm one of the directors here at Hyphen Design. Hyphen Design is a small creative product design agency in the heart of the East End of London. There are just three of us. We've got two directors and a junior designer. We are all about creating products that are easy to use, function beautifully, have great engineering and styling. Because we're a small company, our clients get a more personal service than they might do if they went to a bigger agency. Being that size, it means that productivity and efficiency are very important. We've been involved in a number of projects, in particular a professional use tape measure that's made by a company called Fisco, part of the Hultafors Group. As a small UK business, it's important to them to innovate, to stay ahead of the game. If we're up against a number of other consultancies, it can be difficult for them to judge one consultancy against another. We find that actually when we get our box of tricks out, if you like, and show them a portfolio of products in Autodesk Showcase, immediately a client can see how useful that product is to them. So showing a client Showcase can make all the difference between winning a job and not.
I'm Cameron Treby, I'm one of the directors of Hyphen Design. Currently the Autodesk products that we use at Hyphen are Autodesk Showcase, we're starting to use Autodesk Inventor, and we've also used Autodesk ADES Design. My immediate impression of Autodesk Showcase was that it was a paradigm shift. No more waiting around for what your render was going to look like. As you changed a parameter, you saw the effects, so I was immediately like, this is something I want to start using. We find that digital prototypes and digital visualization saves us money in a lot of ways. The major ones is the smoothness and the speed at which a project can run, but it also is the relationship you develop with the client. Because you're showing them early concepts and Showcase, they feel like they're part of the design process. They start to buy into those ideas. They don't get any nasty surprises later in the design project. You don't need to do as many iterations, or you don't have to do as many solid models, which is obviously good for the environment. It's all done digitally until you're ready to like, yes, this is what we want. Let's now make a model. It cuts down the amount of time you spend on preparing presentations. And then the last thing you'd always leave is to print it out. So it was always like the night before. And then you're standing over the printer while it chews up expensive ink and paper. Now with Showcase, that's all disappeared. I found with Autodesk Showcase that you can start using it straight out of the box. I find that the interface is so simple that users don't get bewildered by it. Julian, our graduate, came to us when he was in student placement actually, so he picked it up very fast. I'd say within the end of the week, he was as advanced a user as me.
My name is Julian Hadley. I'm the junior designer here at Hyphen Design. When I work on a project, I find myself using a wide variety of CAD applications. It's very simple to bring geometry into Showcase to create visualizations. I find Showcase really has a big effect on the way I work. I can refine the design until the last minute, and it takes a huge amount of stress out of the product design process. Because of the real-time feature, you can build the design very quickly, rather than having to wait till presentation day to find out what it actually looks like and then being unhappy with it and having to make do.
If I was talking to another design company or designer who was looking at purchasing design visualization software, I would say go for Showcase because it's a very efficient way of producing imagery. As a designer, it's a joy to use. I mean, often we'll spend 80% of the time of the project generating the geometry and it's sluggish and then you get into Showcase and suddenly you feel like, shackles are off. There's no layer, you can very quickly start generating all these great imagery. I think in the example of the long tape project we worked on, I would say it saved us between 15 and 20% of our time on the project. For us, Autodesk Showcase has probably been the most innovative change in our workflow over the last 3 years.
It's almost unimaginable the difference in productivity that something like Showcase can make to the design process.